How's it going, Eagles fans? I know a lot of us is bummed out about Saquon Barkley not being able to play tomorrow to have the chance to break Eric Dickerson's record. Sorry, and we wanted it for the Eagles and we wanted it for Saquon. It is a chance to be edged into history, and I come here with a little debate I had earlier today about why I feel like this season just might be way better than Eric Dickerson's record. I remember Eric Dickerson came out and said that he does not want Saquon to break his record. And if he does break his record, he did it in 17 games instead of 16 games. Here we are, week 16, man, and Saquon Barkley. You can make the argument that Saquon Barkley his season for 2024 has been way better than Eric Dickerson's record or his season in 1984. And I'm gonna put the stats right in the right over the screen so you guys can see the stats for yourself. I pulled those off of Pro Football Analytics, and what I got for that is if you look at them, a lot of things are similar. I do want to point out that Eric Dickerson didn't play in a league like as athletic as this league we're playing in now. We saw earlier this year where a lineman, and not just a defensive end, it was a D tackle runs down a running back. You did not see that in the time in which he was playing in. You also like the top tacklers of the top tacklers of that year, we know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that those guys weren't, good players or anything, but the tacklers in which Eric Dickerson ran against, a lot of them guys were old and almost out their way. Almost out the league. I'm gonna just throw a couple of names out there, and maybe y'all might know, maybe y'all might not. Jim Collins he was in 8 years in when he did that record. You know what I'm saying? Barry Claus was 12 years in when he did the record. Cliff Odom. I don't know who Cliff Odom is. He might have been a great player, but you know what I'm saying? He was 14 years in when he did that record. Like the closest guy who might have been like 6 years in. This is Eric Dickerson, his second year when he broke this record, and the guys were 6 years in. The top tacklers was like 6 years in. Like you had Mike Green. I think people know who Mike Green was. He was like 3 years in, so he was still trying to find himself, and it just wasn't. I'm not saying the league wasn't hard at the time. It just wasn't as athletic as it is now. You got Fred Warner, Zach Bond, you got Roquan Smith. You got so many linebackers that are good this year, and when they want to stop the run of this year, they're athletic enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? Teams sell out to do it. I make the argument that Saquon Barkley did it in a tougher time to be playing football. Everybody's athletic. You know what I'm saying? You never seen Eric Dickerson get run down by a D tackle or D end. You know what I'm saying? It's like when he broke the line of scrimmage, that was it. Nobody was able to run him down but the corners, and even in that area, the corners weren't that fast. It wasn't something where all corners were fast. You know what I'm saying? So you had every now and again you had a corner that was pretty good, fast on his feet or whatever. That probably could have run you down. But Eric Dickerson ran a 4.4. Saquon Barkley runs a 4.4. You know what I'm saying? Most stuff is very, very similar. So the notion that because we don't get the record is that Eric Dickerson's season is better. He just played in the perfect time to do it. If you looked at the chart in which I put up, Saquon Barkley is doing 2,005 yards for the season, and he's doing it with less carries. he averages 21 carries or 22 carries a game. If you want to round it up, he's averaging 22 carries a game. You know, so Eric Dickerson averaged 24 carries a game. You know, so you know, you can go back and forth and talk about it, but if as you look at the numbers, shoot, Saquon Barkley is missing 8 touchdowns. You know, from the tush push. That's plenty of touchdowns he's missing. And they're right behind each other. 13 touchdowns for Saquon Barkley, 14 touchdowns for Eric Dickerson. And in the era in which he was doing it is, you drop Saquon Barkley in that era and playing with that team, giving the opportunities he's given, there's a very legitimate case that he does well over 2,100 yards. I don't think this breaks him in any means. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see him get the record myself, but this year for Saquon Barkley is nothing short of amazing. I think the only reason he might not get MVP is because he's in Philadelphia Eagle and we're not very liked. We just don't give a shit. I think that's all I got for y'all, man. Hopefully y'all take a look at this and, man, you see what points I'm trying to make out, and hopefully Saquon, you don't feel too bad about this, man. You had an amazing year. Thank you. Go Birds.